What's happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here, coming at you with a new video. We have war number 1 of the new Air Superiority update that has just hit, and we have so many guys who've been excited to use Air and trying to be diverse, and now finally we have more options, more things we're able to do. We're going to take a look at that as the main go-to. Starting out first, now that everyone is using Air, let's go to show yet another attack by Neo in his genius, hitting a maxed TH14 with his own compilation that defeats any single base in this game. They said it wasn't possible, but we know very, very much that it's true. So here he is, as always, starting the opposite side of the base with that queen walk. Couple wall breakers go flying there early. We're going to have to get that rage down to help out queen. Oh, not quite yet. No, there it is. All right, pulling the CC troops, and we've got everything coming out right here. Here's the problem with those siege minions. Still putting Queen in such a dangerous place on those walks. I swear it happens to everyone. Here we go. So with the Queen ability used, we have to be careful, and we can't go too liberal with the Queen here at this point. And so we're pushing Queen forward here, and we're going to start this attack on the side. So as he does, he starts that king to do the tanking, and then he'll put all of those witches coming in from behind. That leaves a really, really nice kind of a wall of troops to be able to sink into pattern here and be able to follow forward. Only downside is that Siege Machine did get locked on by the single Inferno, and it has already popped. Here he's used those wall breakers instead of breaking in Queen further, and we're able to get in a little bit further to the base. As these bases are designed, they have a lot of those open walls, so that does make troops walk quite a bit. But here is such a really cool jump that was placed right there, and also a leading rage going into that town hall. Queen is in the back, literally doing nothing, getting stuck on the wall, and this is how powerful this composition is once we have all those troops in there to kill the town hall, he had used his ability, and so those troops are taking no damage, and they've immediately got a jump outside of the base, and or outside of the compartment with the with the poison from the town hall. So those troops are able to move forward. Queen finally breaks through along the outside. All those troops are walking around the outside, but they're going to be able to get the job done and kill those outside defenses. And the rest of it here is going to be up to that good old Royal Champ to get that damage in. Queen had no way of avoiding that, and boom, we have that Inferno down. Literally still making it look easy in an update that is so strong with Air, so influenced with Air that everyone is using. And here we still have this attack working. I really hope that there's a continued enjoyment for Neo and his other accounts using this attack to prove that it's just so strong, if not the strongest attack in the game, and not used by anyone else, at least nobody notable on YouTube. So that is an awesome job. That's really cool to see. Talk about someone who had an awesome war. Jumping down to number 8, Drum. Other than me jinxing him, saying he was doing such a great job, here we have another max TH14 moving forward here, and this is how air troops are so strong. So with the upgraded dragons, it allows them to tank a little bit more damage. Nothing that's gonna, extremely noteworthy, but they're able to hang in there a little bit longer, which is where Drum is going to be able to do his job best, buying that time, getting a little bit more tankiness, a little bit more damage in, and he's able to, with the heroes, clear out this whole section, as we end up having somewhere around 20% of damage done by the time he starts the attack, and everything moving forward. So we have a nice little funnel here moving along the outside, and really at this point we need to get that blimp over to the town hall, and we need to get those troops moving across. And then as you can see on the back side, there's really so much room so we can get those all those bats in there. So we're going to see bats most prominently from Drum. He's amazing with the bats. He knows how to use them better than anyone else on the team. And look at how much damage everything is doing as it's moving. He's going to have to, I believe, freeze the CC just to make sure to get enough damage in on it, which was a smart decision. It's always worth It's always worth, you know, if you're not gonna make it all the way, you might as well just invest in that freeze. That's what it's for. And there still is so many dragons alive as he starts the bats here on the top side. All we have as a threat is going to be, of course, that scatter shot, which does some damage, and that whiz tower, which are going to have to just double freeze everything up again. But once those main defenses are done, I mean, those are the big things that end up killing the dragons anyways, so, or any kind of air troops. So that's a really good job. He cleaned up all those essential defenses, and those bats are really strong, even if it is just for that little quadrant of the base right there. That's the backside that a lot of the time dragons aren't able to go the full distance on that, and really they're not able to without any additional spells. So here we're looking at an awesome situation where these dragons are so tanky. We'll see as the update continues. There are a lot of air defenses that have been buffed or allow that next upgrade level. So we're going to see that be a little bit stronger, but really we're looking at still this amount of damage and tankiness that these air troops have, that you can really mix up some different strats, and there's going to be a lot more videos on different strats used. But here's a perfect example of being able to use the Dragloon with the bats. Really good job there, especially from Drum, who's not even a maxed base. Definitely hitting a high contender here on the list. So let's see, we'll jump down. So we'll do mine here because I did something a little bit different. We did the we went with the Whiz Bomb. So we'll take a look at how this works here. So with the new Drag Riders, they're going to be nice for taking down some key defenses. They usually survive about 2/3 into the base if they're sheltered, behind the big boy dragons. So as we get it going here, I thought we'd start King, pick off these defenses around the outside. I was trying to be able to get to that Inferno with the Queen. It was nice. We got that air defense. We got the King really just doing whatever, and I'm trying to move things quickly to be able to share the damage. I want King to be able to tank a little bit so those drags don't get so much damage in on them. But here, so we start the attack, and then it gets a little crazy because we want to drop the rage, get everything pushing forward, then we have to time the ability to make sure that the blimp gets to the town hall, and we're dealing with the CC at the same time, kind of freezing, making sure the damage doesn't get a little too insane. So here's where I'm brand new at this. We're getting the rage into the middle, freezing it up. Boom, here we drop the bomb right there, and everything just explodes. It just absolute destruction coming in from those Super Whiz. Again, I'm so new at it, other people are going to get much more of a value with it. I think I even wasted one. Oh no, I didn't waste it, but yeah, I wasted it. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So, here's the biggest thing. Using the Royal Champ is going to be the key to success on a lot of attacks nowadays. A lot of pros are hanging on to their Royal Champ until maybe 2/3 into the attack even, just so they can square off an outside part of defenses. Here, I deployed mine, I think at a decent time to help out those dragons, but we sent him into his death a little too early right there. So some people are going to start him on the opposite corner from where all the troops are. I like to have him kind of tanking for the dragons, since the dragons are the main part of the attack, and we know that there's a grouping of them. We want to make sure they're moving forward together. That is all good. So, few dragons left, just a couple defenses left. Call it what you will, but that was a freeze for whatever back end fun there was to have. And the base is dead. Not many troops alive, but this attack has been working so well. My first attack was, I think, 94%, something like that. We got really close and just fizzled out. Things didn't go exactly how I wanted them to. Either way, that was super cool. Next, Danny Blubber. He is our Laloon expert on the team. He's also the one who knows so much about the wizard bomb around the TH and whereabouts of that. And so here we're going to start the Queen Walk here at the bottom, get a lot of that fat those fat defenses there in the corner. Definitely want to get rid of any multi-infernos as possible. Multi-infernos are going to kill Laloon so quick, especially with the max level. Things are really tough to handle on that regard. So we're fortunately able to get her pushed in under a rage. Everything is looking good. Another thing that's really important to get is you want to be able to get the CC as well, because you just never know what's in there, and things can rock and roll on loons. However, when you have the blimp, that can help assist you too. And when you're kind of comfortable on your queen walk, you can get that blimp in there. Here we're starting that king around the outside, trying to walk him past that single inferno. Gonna need another rage there on the queen as that goes in. Look at that, just spot on. We're there to assist with the king kill. Kind of slowly feeding some things in. Then we're going to start, I think, on this other side. Look at the value he gets here. King is able to walk into that multi-inferno compartment. Give it just a minute and it's going to happen. And get that whole compartment just completely leveled out. That is awesome to see. He fooled us, making us think he was going to walk around. And nope, we're going back in. Queen goes around the outside, is able to handle that section there and deal with that the scatter. That is so cool. So much value here from that. Time is ticking, though. These attacks do take a lot of time. We're going to start that attack now here up on the top right as things move in. And we got to get that that blimp action that's coming in. Now, again, I did say it was a whiz bomb. It is not. That's usually what he does. But here we have the super loons that are really cool. And I recommend super loons for these style of attacks for people who also might need some time to to get that quick deployment. Really, really good job. Everything's moving in. The best thing you can do is kind of corner and circle those defenses with the loons. And at this point, they're all so overwhelmed. We're going to push those loons past that Town Hall Rage or Poison. That's perfect. And look at this. One last... we're going to kill all that stuff. Freeze the Inferno. Everything is looking so good. A really good job by Danny Blubber right here. One of the last things alive is the Eagle. That's kind of silly because a lot of Laloons will die before the Eagle... the Eagle will take out packs of loons pretty quickly. But everything was so spread and so well timed that there was really no choice here. This base is completely dead. That's really cool to see those super loons. I knew they were going to be good, and I'm glad to see the follow through on that. A couple more here. 18 down to Shoe. So Drum once again doing some awesome things here. He's got the drag loon with the bats there on the back end. Here's a perfect example, again, of how you're going to want to use them. On this back end, you see a lot of just single target things. Sure, there's whiz towers and scatters and things like that. But our goal at this point is we're going to chip away at these outside defenses here. And then once we'll get that air defense, we'll get those heroes there. We'll get the funnel here, starting at the 9 o'clock area. So heroes down, really cool to see right there. Queen is just chipping away along the outside, and then that's going to allow us to come in here at this Eagle and get everything started with that. Loons are just forming up right there. That's good. And just a big old healthy clump. There's no threat right there. We're going against the air puffer, so that gets a little bit funny sometimes. Had to use the ability early just to try and negate that Eagle from coming in on the cluster. There are a lot of those little pups coming flying in here. So here we got the Yeti bomb. Perfect. Dying in a really, really good way. Now we see all the troops moving toward the core here are just kind of tanking all those meaty defenses that we see. Royal Champ hasn't used ability yet. There it is. Boom, picking off the air. Alright, so now is the point is when you're going to start wanting to think about those bats. Here we go. We're going to end up doing a couple freezes here on that same spot. It's not worth it to risk losing bats over. So that's really the portion of the base that needs it. There's no spells left to be able to use to help the dragons. So let's just send those bats in and do what we can to get those defenses down quick enough. Look at that. Beautiful job. The Tesla farms go down really quickly. It's smart to freeze those, by the way. It's worth the spell space, because those Teslas really do a pretty good job on bats. That's a wonderful job. Another base dead by Drum. He is on fire right now. He's probably loving this update the most out of anyone. I know Danny Blubber probably is too. I've been looking for an excuse to use air and failing, and now this is happening. So let's do a ground attack for the last one. Jake. Huge shout out to Jake. He's had a wonderful, he's had a 6-star war here. He's done a really good job, and we see a lot of these maxed bases, or these ring bases. So here's just another alternative method of how we're going to beat those, and just a real straight up way to kill these bases, starting the queen walk in. Obviously the goal right here is to push that record toward the TH. He's going bold on this one, no blimp. So this is kind of an all or nothing strat. I think you can succeed more. You have a better chance of success if you can get your troops forward, and I mean, if you can get the start to work for you, I think you have a better chance than using a blimp sometimes. So here we're starting everything here, trying to get that funnel sorted out. The funnel is set, and with the troops available, we're just going to start that wrecker here. Once we get the eagle down and the king down. And so that's all happening. And then, yeah, we're just going to push that wrecker forward at this point. And we're going to end up making it all the way up to the TH. Queen is doing her thing on the outside, taking care of some big-time defenses. Poison, I know is a little delayed right here, but we just want to get everything where it needs to be. There we go. Are we going to get that ability possibly coming here soon? So I didn't really coordinate this attack as well. There's one rage left for the core. The poison is down, and troops are starting to get roasted a little bit now, and now they really are. So that's when we want that ability. Perfect timing on that ability. Good, I would say good patience on that. And the final troops here are working their way around. Here we have those witches doing a great job at keeping all the defenses distracted as they're supposed to be. All the heroes are core, so we've got everything killing all those big meaty defenses. And then we have all hero abilities, or, you know, king and queen, ready to go. We have cleanup troops. We've got plenty of time. And he could have done this without using either ability. I'm not sure if he does or not. I hope not, because that base is dead. I saw this base on the list of pro bases that are used, so without any issue at all, this base is completely destroyed. And that was just a really nice funnel, and it's proof that we see so much air on this attack, and it's so cool to see some ground troops, you know, getting the job done. So that's a really good job there, Jake. 6 stars for you, sir. Similar attack that he did on the other one. Let's go, as we always do, I'm going to go up to the old consolation here. Let's see. Was this the 113? I'm going to do this just to show how powerful this attack is, because I think... Let's see. Yeah, we're going to roll with this here. So, Drum, once again with his bats. The focus is on Drum this week. He is just... His air is spectacular. So we're starting those heroes out. I love taking advantage of these bases that have the open wall segments. It's really nice to see. Unfortunately, Queen picked that up and had a rough start there. But we are going to get that scatter without a problem. And Queen's going to be able to push around the outside just to do enough. It would have been nice if she stayed up, because she would have easily walked out with that eagle kill. And the air defense. I don't think this is the one I was looking at earlier, but here we go. We're starting everything out. Gonna pop that ability here. All those air mines have been sucked up, which is really good for later, too. Look at that. Holy crap. Okay, everything just pounds right down. Monster kill there. And the town hall doesn't go down. The skeletons have taken everything away. So here we have decisions to make, right? Where do we start things? So we're going to start right down on that eagle and watch what happens. So it's looking great, and we were thinking that those dregs were going to get out. And what does the scatter do? It blaps all of them. All of those poor bats are dead. But we still have 4 freezes. We're 75% into the base, and we still have some dragons alive. So we're just going to kind of slow roast everything. And somehow, some way, these dragons are strong enough. I mean, it's, granted, if we're looking at maxed out air defenses, things like that, this might not have flown, but to be able to adjust this attack and make it work, even just to the option of using that freeze on that air defense to keep the warden alive, now we've got everything working its way in, and we still have dragons up, and that's a really good job. That's didn't expect that when I saw those bats die. It was a scary moment right there. But that's just proof. Look at all those spells that were technically wasted. I mean, just for maybe an eagle kill. Not necessarily worth it. But the blimp didn't work. The the bats didn't work. Yet the dragon's still coming through really strong right there, and doing everything that they needed to do. This is just proof that this kind of stuff works, you guys. So, really, really great job. We are looking to win this war. Holy cow, have we done things. It's, 15 triples out of 25 bases is better than we've been doing, up to this point. We're absolutely slaying it. Really good contenders here in this war. So, alright guys, that's a really good job. We'll come at you with some more videos soon. This is Fallen from OTB, signing off.